Hello everyone, welcome to Fact Friday. I'm Martin Padilla. On this edition of Fact Friday, we're going to be talking to Robert Cortinas. He's the Chief Financial Officer for the City of El Paso about the fiscal year 2021. Robert, thank you so much for joining us. Can you tell us some of the key points about the fiscal year 2021 budget?
The FY 2021 budget was really a challenge putting together. Dealing with the health pandemic and then obviously the financial impacts that we're dealing with as well. And so this budget is really a back to basics budget. So again, really focusing on the priorities within the city of the services that we provide. So this budget is really going to focus around continuing investments in police and fire and our streets department, the core services that we provide as a city. This budget, one of the things that we also felt was very, very important in presenting to the City Council and what we're recommending is to have a no increase on the tax rate. So something that we felt was very important to the community. We know there's a lot of individuals dealing with financial hardships right now with the economic shutdown as a result of this health pandemic we're dealing with. So this budget, again, no tax rate increase, focusing on the core services, again, police and fire and streets. And at the same time, going back in 5 years now with what we've done from the financial management standpoint of really creating tools and resources that have allowed us to deal with this financial challenge. So such things as creating PAYGO dollars that have gone towards core things such as public safety capital, our street investments, being able to have those resources in place and being able to defer those and use those to help offset the impacts we're seeing to our services. So we've got a long list of tools and resources that we've implemented over the last 5 years. One of the things that we're very proud of from the financial standpoint over the last 5 years that we've done. And then obviously our budget stabilization fund, which is something that the council approved here not too long ago, which is again another tool that we created to help deal with this challenge.
You mentioned that we will not see an increase in tax rate. Why is that so important for us to accomplish, and how will we be able to do this?
Just another way to minimize the impact on our homeowners and our business owners. We understand and we know right now there's a lot of individuals, a lot of businesses going through very, very difficult times right now with the shutdown. So, to build upon what we were doing from the economic and our community development assistance. So through the federal funding, we were able to provide rental assistance for communities, some utility assistance, food assistance. We're providing relief for local businesses, small businesses on the economic development side. And so there's a lot of assistance that we're giving back to the community in order to try to help get through this health pandemic. And so just continuing to build upon that, we felt it was very, very important as we developed this budget to again, focus on the basics, focus on the core services, and then obviously build a budget with no tax rate increase to minimize the impact and not raise people's taxes at this point in time.
How has COVID-19 affected FY 2021?
So, going back to March, up until the end of February, things were looking really, really good for us. Our sales tax had been performing extremely well. We were up 10.5% compared to the same time last year, midway through the year. And so everything was, going really, really well. And then obviously with the COVID-19 impacts starting in March, we started to see a decrease in a lot of our main revenue sources, our sales tax, our bridge crossing revenue. This particular year alone, the current year we're in, we're facing a $26 million deficit. We were very proactive beginning in early March of making adjustments in order to offset the impacts. But then obviously the way that we've gone about developing the budget is expecting this to be a long-term recovery. A lot of talk about this, could be a 30-year recovery cycle. So developing the budget that's very realistic as far as revenue projections, not expecting a quick bounce back. And so that's the way we've gone about developing this budget. And again, when we started the development of this budget, we were faced with about a $60 million deficit. So it created a lot of challenges for us. And as I mentioned, so again, going back to the basics, focusing on those core services, while at the same time providing no tax rate increase overall to the community.
How is the city being proactive in saving money?
A lot of different ways. It goes back to 5 years ago and the things that we've implemented right away. And one thing that we started doing, it sounds simple, but budget discipline. And so coming up with really strong revenue forecasts to ensure that the revenues we're predicting and projecting when we develop the budget are on target. And then monitoring all throughout the year our expenses with our city departments, ensuring that they're staying in line with what their actual budgets are. And so as a result of that, over the last 5 years, we've generated a surplus each of those 5 years. And so what does that mean? That means we've increased our reserves or our savings by about $18 million during that time span, which is a 54% increase. So it's significant in the amount of money we've saved just by practicing budget discipline, really coming up with strong projections on our revenue side. We've done several refinancings over the last couple of years that have saved us over $40 million on our debt service requirements, and so that's significant as well. And then on top of that, just creating different efficiencies. We're really strong. We have A lot of individuals throughout all city departments that have been trained in Lean Six Sigma. And so there's a lot of emphasis in identifying efficiencies throughout our city departments and the services we provide, while at the same time identifying cost savings.
In your briefing to the City Council, you talked about how the strategic plan is helping us navigate through this chaos caused by COVID-19. Can you elaborate?
Yeah, so the strategic plan is very important. It's something that it's not just a book that sits on anybody's desk or shelf. It's something that really is integrated within every piece of our organization. It's something that you'll see it referenced in our City Council agendas. You'll see it referenced all throughout. If you walk in city facilities, you'll see the mission and vision and values posted all throughout. It's something that we all live and breathe by every single day. And so it's very important that we're living up to what's in that plan. That plan, one of the key things is safe and beautiful neighborhoods, which is what we're addressing with police and fire and streets. Being a high-performing government, so taking the limited resources that we have and really maximizing what we can do with those limited dollars and providing the best services that we can. Creating a vibrant regional economy, so continuing again through, in this case, utilizing the federal dollars that we have in order to help our local economy, our small businesses. So everything that we do it ties back, it's aligned, it's integrated with our strategic plan, and it's what we're really proud of. It's something that if you'll we'll go back and watch our budget updates and our budget presentations to the council. Everything is aligned and everything is presented according to the 8 strategic goals in that plan. So it's absolutely very important to us as an organization.
How are we engaging our community?
In various ways. It's something that's a little bit difficult now, having to do everything virtually. It's something that over the last several years we've put a lot of time and effort into and trying to get more and more of our community involved and engaged. So we have our Chime In budget survey, which we do on an annual basis, and we've managed to increase that dramatically. I mean, looking back 4 years ago, we would get maybe 40 responses. In the last 3 years, we've gotten almost 2,000. So trying to increase that. We know there's a lot of individuals through our community that don't have access to technology and computers, so that created a little bit of a challenge for us this year. And so next year, obviously, we're hopefully get back to actually being able to go out and do live presentations and give out hard copies. We do citizen surveys. We do just a lot of different ways. I've got, for example, we do a lot of meetings with the City Council representatives. So coming up in the next couple of weeks, we'll be doing community presentations via virtual technology, so using Microsoft Teams. So again, just another opportunity to give the public a chance. If they can't attend a City Council meeting, they can tune into one of these different aspects of being able to provide their feedback on top of the everyday of calling their City Council member and letting their voice be heard.
What is next in the budgeting process?
So there's been a lot of work that's gone into the budget at this point. So on this past Monday, July 6th, we did the overview presentation. We also presented the 4 vision blocks, again, going back to our strategic plan. It was a very lengthy day, a lot of discussion, a lot of questions, a lot of information presented. And so what we have going forward is we have a meeting scheduled for July 27th, and that'll be a follow-up meeting with the City Council. We'll present to them the certified taxable values that were going to be provided by the Central Appraisal District. And then we're going to have a public hearing on August 11th. And so again, another opportunity for the public to get involved, to tune in. So July 27th and August 11th, and then also August 18th will be the final day, and that will be the day that City Council will adopt the budget.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
There's an opportunity. I mean, there's all the presentations are posted on the city's website. The budget is posted on the city's website. So if there's questions, the public is more than willing to go online, utilize those resources that are available, and to just get engaged. As I mentioned, those dates coming up, July 27th and August 11th. You can tune in, watch those either live or go back and stream those later when they have an opportunity. But again, trying to provide as many opportunities as possible to get the public involved in the overall process.
Well, that does it on this edition of Fact Friday. Robert, thank you so much for joining us. Remember, if you need any more information, make sure to visit elpasotexas.gov. If you need any more information regarding COVID-19, make sure to visit the city's social media sites or visit epstrong.org. We'll see you guys on the next Fact Friday.